Hi everyone and welcome back to another episode of Talking Threads, the textile innovation show with me, Harry McMullen.
And me, Urtish Robinson.
This week's show is sponsored by Innovate, a 5-day virtual event that connects innovators from across the textile and apparel industry to find suppliers, evaluate the competitive environment, attend educational programmes and much more. The event takes place from the 25th to the 29th of October 2021, and if you would like to register for free, then please click on the link below.
But to kick off the show in this week's news, digital textile printing technology expert Cornet Digital has unveiled Max technology as part of its continuing pursuit of on-demand sustainable fashion and apparel production. Within its Max technology offering is the Cornet Atlas Max, a carbon-neutral industrial-scale direct-to-garment production system, and the XDI, which delivers 3D capabilities for new, high-density graphic decoration that can simulate embroidery, vinyl, and heat transfer in a single waste-free digital process. The OEM stated during a virtual launch that its latest innovations establish a new standard for the fashion and apparel market, one that enables high-quality, endless design possibilities and is entirely waste-free.
Tyre manufacturer group Michelin and French biochemicals company Carbios have developed polyester tyre fibres from PET plastic and textile waste. Carbios' recycling process uses an enzyme capable of depolymerizing the PET contained in various plastics or textiles, including polyester, clothing and bottles. The new tyre application for the materials brings Michelin one step closer to its sustainable ambitions. The company aims to source 40% of its tyre materials from renewable or recycled origin by 2030 and 100% by 2050.
Finally, technology OEM HP has announced the latest addition to its HP Stitch portfolio. The updated HP Stitch S1000 dye sublimation printer features 1,200 native DPI printheads and HP's drop and dry system, allowing deep blacks, vivid colours and high-resolution textile printing. Oscar Vidal, large format global business strategy director at HP, says the printer is highly versatile and offers a smoother operation. HP adds that the addition will help print service providers diversify their soft signage and interior decor offerings to meet challenging customer needs.
Now on to today's show. And earlier this week, Fiona Harron caught up with Sagi Aran from Nilit's Sensil brand to discuss the newly launched Sensil BioCare, a sustainable premium nylon fibre enhanced with special technology that helps lessen the persistence of textile waste in seawater and in landfills.
Hi Sagi, thanks for joining me today. Can you start by talking us through Sensil BioCare and explain how it will work to help reduce textile waste?
I would like to start with Sensil itself and the vision that we see that we are actively shaping the future of the textile, of the sportswear, and apparel to go into a more responsible and sustainable way. And one of the new products that we have launched is the Sensil BioCare, which was actually launched about a week ago. And this is quite a new innovation of technology that we have developed in-house, but together also with a third party that is giving us the additive. And it's actually showing biodegradation of the fabric of the garment that is coming from the yarn itself. So at the end, when we're talking about waste reduction, we're talking about reducing the impact of pollution, of waste, of textile waste, we are actually, with this solution, attacking the waste in 3 stages and 3 sequences. I would say that the first one is that the fiber that we have developed, and actually the garments that are going and are knitted or woven with that yarn, have a high performance. They are with higher abrasion resistance. They have a good recovery. They have, I would say, good shape, and they last long. And once they last long, in a specific time frame, you're using less garments. If you're using less garments, at the end you have less waste and less textile waste that is going to the landfills or to wherever. But this is only one aspect. The second aspect is during the use of it, as we know, especially in synthetics, there's microsheds that are being cut off of the garments, of the fabric during the home washing. And these small particles of sheds are at the end, go through the drainage, go to the rivers, and at the end go to the seawater. And we can see that there is large pollutions of microplastics and sheds in the oceans. And with the new biocare solutions that we have developed, we have shown that this waste during time has an accelerated biodegradation. Done that with a third-party lab according to ASTM D6691. But we are actually showing that, and I think that the last recording after 400 days, we are achieving about 28% of biodegradation in seawater, and this means it's a huge impact on the waste eliminations from the seas. But we're not ending there. I can say that if at the end the garment is going to be thrown away and it will appear at the landfill, we've also shown through a test by external labs that garments made out of our biocare also biodegrade, and therefore eliminating and reducing the persistence of pollution also in landfills. So to come to your questions, we're actually attacking the waste in three ways. One, we want that the garments that are made from this biocare will last as long as possible, so there will be less of waste of people throwing their garments, opposed to fast fashion, I would say. Second, during the use, eliminating microsheds in the oceans and making sure that they are, to a certain degree, biodegradate. And if it goes into the landfills, we know that these yarns, of course, the fabrics and garments will also biodegrade, and by that will reduce the waste. So I think this is the big picture in the biocare solution that we have shown. But I want to remind that this is only one solution that we are bringing to the market in the waste reduction incentives that we look forward when we're developing new yarns.
It's great to see that Sensil is working to tackle textile waste right from the fibre level with this innovation, while keeping in mind the performance attributes of garments that consumers hold in such high regard.
Yes, and as Sagi said there, Sensil Biocare works in various ways, not only helping to achieve longer-lasting garments through functionality, but also accelerating biodegradation at their end of life.
Now it's time for a short video from this week's sponsor, Innovate, and after that we'll be talking to Adele Giannone, Senior Vice President at EFI Reggiani. Earlier this week, I caught up with Adele Giannone, Senior Vice President at EFI Reggiani, about the company's involvement in a brand new textile production plant in El-Mahalla, Egypt. When completed, the factory is said to become the world's largest textile production site. Good afternoon, Adele. Thanks for coming on the Talking Threads podcast. So, what is EFI Reggiani's involvement in this Egyptian factory? What type of technology will be used?
So there will be all three technology in this El-Mahalla project. The first one are the digital, and in particular our power and our ink as well, our reactive ink. Then we have also the analog. We will have the Unica, that is our historical rotary solution, as well as we have the Extensa, that is our yarn mercerizing machine. To tell more about this product and this technology, the EFI Reggiani Power is really our top seller in the digital world. And it is an outstanding performance, is really the top of the range in the scan digital machine, is extending the uptime and is requiring a very low maintenance. So it's very, very reliable. And it is including cutting-edge innovation. Such as, for example, the enhanced ink recirculation system that is reducing the maintenance needs and also is reducing the environment impact with the recirculation and improved recirculation. and also is providing superior tolerance to a wider range of temperature. So this is also another impact, positive impact on the environment, because you need to start the air conditioning at a higher temperature. It's also including our proprietary printing software and electronics that is granting real-time image processing and also a smoother printing job management. So it is a condensed of technology, and we are very proud to work together with the Textile Holding with this program. On the analog side, I already anticipated that we are also supplying our EFI Reggiani Unica. And what to say about our rotary? I mean, this is our big heritage, more than 2,500 units in the world, is really part of our analog excellence. And it is a synonym of a top quality printing machine. On the Extensa that I said that is our yarn merchandising machine, it is really offering a new concept of high operational flexibility and easy repetitiveness and absolute evenness. So this solution is achieving top results in the final yarn quality, thanks also to the huge stretching force that we are applying, that is equal to 80 tons. So it's very well represented. In this case, we have digital, we have analog, and also we have the yarn merchandising treatment. With, in case of the digital, with our reactive ink.
And finally, Adele, does this flagship factory go along with or go against the suggestion that micro factories and the reshoring process is now starting to take traditional textile production away from markets such as Asia in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, obviously this is not a micro factory, this is a big factory. But you know, the Egyptian market is an important textile market where there are different business models. So in this market, you can certainly find the well-established companies with mass production and, let me say, big volumes of prints and textile output. Nevertheless, the fact that several businesses have moved the geography and they are coming closer to the market, there is certainly a reshoring. And therefore, in Egypt, there are different business models, including the new player that are starting with a small factory, and then for sure they will move up. So in our mind, we are not talking about a mini factory, we are talking about a scalable factory. So there are newcomers with a mini factory, but really what we are able to do is to scale up the business of the customer as much as they want, bringing them hands in hands to their success. So in our range, we have different various level of productivity, and we can answer to the new businesses with a mini factory type of size up to the biggest factory in the world.
It's interesting to hear that the project will also utilise a range of EFI's printing methods, despite many industry experts suggesting that digital printing is the future of textile production.
Well, that's all we have time for today, but join us again next week for another update on the latest textile innovations making the headlines.
See you then.